Friends, today I'm going to tell you a story that has romance, pain, and a kind of love caught between a human and another world. In this story, you will find love, betrayal, sacrifice, and a twist that will absolutely shock you. So let's begin. The story starts with a train heading toward Haicheng North Station. Our heroine, Liang Xiaokao, is going through the toughest time of her life. She grew up in a village with her grandmother, but now her grandmother's health is in serious danger. For the surgery, she needs 500,000 yuan. Her father promised her that if she comes to Haicheng, she would get the money. But destiny had planned something entirely different for her. Inside one of the train carriages, an accident happens. And there, Xiao Kao's eyes fall on the most feared name in Haicheng, Lu Hanxiao, the man everyone calls the living devil of Haicheng. It's said that if Lu Hanxiao decides someone should die at 3 o'clock, even the god of death cannot keep that person alive beyond 5. Amidst the chaos and fear, Xiao Kao shows her true kindness. She sees that Lu Hanxiao is badly injured, and without hesitation, she rushes to help him. Because of her grandmother, she had learned basic medical care. Calmly and bravely, she dresses his wounds without showing an ounce of fear. From this moment, something strange begins. Lu Hanxiao is so struck by her innocence that he directly says, "I like you. From now on, you belong to me." Xiao Kao is shocked and immediately tries to stop him by saying that she already has a husband. But the twist? The name she utters is none other than Lu Hanxiao himself. Soon, the truth comes out. Lu Hanxiao really is the most powerful and dangerous man in all of Haicheng. People both fear and respect him. And now this man begins calling Xiao Chao his wife in front of everyone. His words are chilling yet firm. "Soon, you will be mine. I want to marry you." But Xiao Chao hasn't forgotten her real purpose. She desperately needs money for her grandmother's surgery. She goes to her father's house, only to be insulted by her stepsister, who mocks her while showing off a custom-made dress worth 500,000 yuan. Xiao Kao doesn't stay silent. With courage, she reminds them that their grandfather had left property and the company in her mother's name. But her father and stepmother snatched everything away and abandoned her in the village. Her father pretends to convince her that she will get the money, but in reality, his plan is something else entirely. He only wants to use her horoscope for profit and then sell her off. Even after being betrayed, Xiao Kao lies to her grandmother over the phone, telling her that everything is fine, just so her grandmother won't worry. Meanwhile, Lu Hanxiao is busy digging up every detail about her life. When he learns that Xiao Kao has started working at a hotel, he personally goes there to see her. But at the hotel, her supervisor humiliates her, saying that village girls have no place here. That's when Xiao Kao lifts her head high and replies, "We villagers may be poor, but we never steal. We live with dignity." And from here begins an extraordinary journey, where the fate of an innocent village girl and a terrifying man begins to intertwine into a whole new story. Xiao Kao is still working at the hotel when once again the supervisor mocks her, calling her nothing but a country girl. But at that very moment, the one man whose name makes everyone tremble makes his entrance, Lu Hanxiao, the living devil of Haicheng. The entire hotel staff instantly straightens up. Lu Hanxiao glares and says, "You dare insult my wife, and you didn't even tell me?" Right there, in front of everyone, he grabs Xiao Kao's hand and declares that she is his woman. Xiao Kao panics and insists that she still needs to work. But Lu Hanxiao replies, "I don't like my woman working for anyone else. If you like working so much, then I'll just buy a hotel for you." And then literally, he transfers the ownership of the entire hotel into her name. Xiao Kao tries to refuse, but Lu Hanxiao only smiles and says, "You are mine, and what's mine is yours. Come, we'll get married." Shocked, Xiao Kao asks, "Why should I marry you? I don't even know you." Lu Hanxiao smirks and answers, "Then know me now. My name is Lu Hanxiao. 80% of Haicheng's real estate belongs to me. I own 48 islands, and I promise to keep you happy forever. Then he sweeps her up into his arms and says, just look at me. I'm strong, healthy, handsome, and I'll turn your life into a dream. But Xiao Kao struggles against him and says, I can't marry you. I only want money for my grandmother. I don't take shortcuts in life. And just then, a new twist enters. Guze, Xiao Kao's childhood friend and fiancé, appears. He looks at her and says, Xiao Kao, I should have given you the money for your grandmother's surgery. Why didn't you tell me? We've been engaged since childhood, and I've always been by your side. Here, 500,000 yuan. Take it. Memories flood Xiao Kao's mind, how Guze once saved her life, how they grew up together, how they fell in love. Guze then takes her hand and proposes, let's get married tomorrow itself. And mustering up her courage, Xiao Kao softly says, I do. The two of them are riding back home on his small scooter when suddenly a brand new Rolls-Royce stops in front of them, and stepping out is none other than Lu Hanxiao. He sneers at Guze's tiny electric scooter and says, my woman riding on a scooter? Impossible. Here, 100 million yuan is pocket money. Go buy yourself a sports car. But Guze and Xiao Kao try to ignore him. Still, Lu Hanxiao declares with a confident grin, tomorrow I'll come to your house with betrothal gifts, and you will leave with me as my wife. And in front of everyone, Lu Hanxiao laughs and announces, tomorrow I will marry my wife and take her home. And here begins an intense love triangle. On one side, the childhood love Guze, and on the other, the powerful and dangerous man, Lu Hanxiao. Both are willing to risk everything for the same girl, Liang Xiaokao. The next day arrives, and everyone believes that Xiao Kao and Guze are about to get married. Both families are busy preparing for the wedding. Xiao Chao tries to convince herself that today will mark a new chapter in her life, but deep inside she feels an unusual restlessness. Why does it seem like everyone around her is behaving strangely? The wedding venue is fixed, Baihua Hall of Zuixianlu. Guests begin to arrive, but suddenly shocking news spreads. On the very same day, Lu Hanxiao is also holding a wedding banquet, right in the same restaurant at the Emperor's Hall. Everyone is stunned and begins whispering, did you hear? The living devil is getting married today too. But who is his bride? Nobody dares ask, otherwise they won't live to see another day. Xiao Chao rushes to her father and pleads, I will only marry Guze. I will not become anyone else's bride. Her father smiles coldly and replies, just stay quiet. You're getting a good home. But when the groom arrives and everyone says, here comes the groom, Xiao Kao's eyes search desperately for Guze, only to see another man walk in, Mr. Wang. Shocked, Xiao Kao gasps, you? What is this? What's happening? Her father and stepmother laugh cruelly and reveal the truth. Xiao Kao, do you even know why we called you to Haicheng? Not to give you money for your grandmother, but because Mr. Wang liked your horoscope, your destiny will extend his life. That's why he's ready to pay 5 million to marry you. Xiao Kao's heart shatters. Tears stream down her face as she cries out, you betrayed me. If you were truly my father, you would never do this. To you, the only real daughter you have is Polly. I was just a pawn. Mr. Wang steps forward and says calmly, I will make you my wife. I may be older, but your destiny will save my life, and I will love you. Xiao Kao jerks her hand away and screams, leave me. But her parents forcefully hold her back, and the countdown to the wedding begins. Meanwhile, in another hall, Lu Hanxiao sits with his men. Suddenly, a report comes in. Boss, Miss Liang is about to marry someone else. A fire ignites in his eyes. He rises to his feet and snarls, someone dared to touch my woman? If she marries today, then her wedding banquet will turn into a funeral. Let's bring her back. And with that, Lu Hanxiao storms out with his convoy of luxury cars heading straight for the wedding hall. The roads choke with traffic, but his fury forces everything to clear. A biker accidentally blocks his way. One of his bodyguards steps out and says, this road belongs to our boss. Get off the bike. The biker instantly trembles, grabs his helmet, and stammers, "Sorry, sorry, it's yours. I won't ride it again. Wear a helmet, drive safe." The entire world fears him, but inside Lu Hanxiao there is only one obsession, an unstoppable madness, the obsession to make Xiao Kao his own. The wedding bells were ringing, and people were preparing to drag the bride to the altar. At that moment, Lu Hanxiao had already decided, "I will take my woman back, at any cost." The bells kept chiming as everyone forced Xiao toward Mr. Wang for the wedding. Her stepfather sneered, "Look, you found such a good husband. Now hurry up and get married." But suddenly, the air in the hall changed. Lu Hanxiao himself walked in. The crowd gasped in shock. "The living devil has arrived. If his wedding is disturbed, death will follow for all of us." At first, everyone assumed he was just a guest, but then Lu Hanxiao strode directly toward the stage, his eyes locked only on Xiao Kao. And then, with a voice that shook the hall, he announced, "Listen carefully, all of you. Xiao Kao is my wife. From now on, she will always and only belong to me." The guests were stunned. Whispers spread like wildfire. "What? Mr. Xiao's bride is Xiao Kao? How is that possible?" Lu Hanxiao grabbed her hand tightly and commanded, "From now on, you will only say one thing, that you are Lu Hanxiao's woman." Her stepfather and Mr. Wang immediately tried to justify themselves. "No, this is wrong. I've been deceived. This is the Liang family's doing." But the fire in Lu Hanxiao's eyes silenced them all. He turned to his men and said coldly, "Those who hurt my woman, I will punish them myself." Xiao Chao cried and protested, "I cannot marry you. You are powerful, and I'm just a simple village girl. We belong to different worlds." But Lu Hanxiao pulled her into his arms and whispered fiercely, "So what? Welcome to my world. You are mine. Whether you love me or not, I don't care, because I love you, and that is enough." At once his bodyguards shouted in unison, "Happy wedding to our elder brother and sister-in-law." The hall erupted in both applause and fear. But Xiao Kao's heart grew even more confused. Am I truly going to marry him? Suddenly, she fainted. The doctor rushed over and said, "Miss Liang has hypoglycemia, and she was also struck earlier. That's why she collapsed." Lu Hanxiao himself brought sugar water and insisted, "Only I will feed my woman. Until I've nursed you back to health, you're not going anywhere." But just as she started to recover, terrible news arrived. "Your grandmother is sick. Come back quickly." Her heart broke all over again. And while Lu Hanxiao stepped outside to take a call, Xiao Kao quietly escaped and rushed back to her grandmother. There, her frail grandmother held her hand and whispered weakly, "I'll be fine. Don't take me to the hospital. It costs too much money. My only worry is that you won't be left alone in this world." But danger followed her home. Her stepmother and stepsister arrived, their faces twisted with hatred. They sneered, "This old woman once slapped us. Today she must die." Xiao Kao stood in front of her grandmother, her heart pounding with fear, but her eyes filled with only one thought. No matter what I have to do, I will protect my grandmother. Her enemies overpowered her and forced her back to the village of Jiangkun. There, even the villagers turned against her, shouting, "Get out! We don't need you. You went to the city and changed. Now you think you can look down on us." Xiao Kao's world grew darker, but her spirit refused to break. The other villagers finally began to realize, "It was our mistake, Grass. Please forgive us. You've climbed to a high branch now. To anger you is to anger Mr. Xiao, and then it's death for all of us." Everyone was shocked. Another voice whispered nervously, "What high branch? Does this mean you're about to marry Xiao Ye? Isn't he the one they call the living king of hell? They say if he glances at someone at 3 o'clock, that person won't survive past 5. Is that true, Xiao Kao?" Xiao Kao cried out, "No, I haven't turned bad. Please listen to me." Her grandmother gently took her hand and spoke softly. "I know you're not bad. Tell me the truth. Did your father really give you the money for my surgery? Are you truly with that devil?" Tears streamed down Xiao Kao's cheeks as she said, "Grandma, don't worry. I'm still the same girl who grew up with your lessons of honesty and truth. But because of you, I had to endure everything. Grandma wept in guilt. It's all my fault. I'm useless, worthless. You're still so young, and I've only brought you pain. If only I could die. Xiao Kao hugged her tightly and cried, Grandma, please don't say that. You're all I have. If anything happens to you, I'd rather die too. Just then, angry villagers rushed in, shouting, This is all because of you, Xiao Kao. You offended people. Because of you, we'll all die. But at that very moment, trucks and cars arrived outside the village. A loudspeaker blared, Everyone come outside. Every house will be given a free air conditioner. The villagers were stunned. Such an expensive thing. Who's doing this? They quickly lined up, clapping and cheering. Great benefactor, great benefactor. Such a huge donation. And then the truth was revealed. The so-called kind man and benefactor was none other than Mr. Xiao himself. Everyone gasped in shock and excitement. What? The living devil, but he's actually a living bodhisattva. He's investing 200 million into our village for children's education and new roads. The entire village bowed deeply, chanting, Living bodhisattva, living bodhisattva. The same people who once cursed him now declared, If anyone dares speak against this great benefactor, we'll be the first to drive them out. Get lost. Roll, roll, or we'll unleash the dogs. Xiao Chao stood frozen in the middle, her heart heavy and confused. Just yesterday she had trembled at the name Living Devil, and today everyone praised him as the living bodhisattva. Her eyes slowly fell upon Mr. Xiao, and inside her both fear and a strange warmth stirred together. In the hospital corridor, Lu Hanxiao himself walked in. His eyes carried arrogance, but also a faint trace of pain. Hello, Grandma. My name is Lu Hanxiao. Grandma smiled. Ha ha ha, hello, Mr. Xiao. Lu Hanxiao said calmly, My family is powerful and prosperous, but in this era of law, I now only run legal businesses. Grandma, Guze no longer wants Xiao Kao, but I do. Please accept me as your granddaughter's husband. Grandma was stunned. Su Song chuckled. Boss, you're always so serious. Try smiling, otherwise you look terrifying. Lu Hanxiao forced a smile. Grandma said softly, See, when you smile, you actually look handsome. Just then Guze appeared, his hand bandaged and injured. His voice cracked as he pleaded, Xiao Kao, I came to the wedding that day, but I had an accident. The moment I woke up, I rushed here to you. Please, give me another chance. Have you forgotten? When we were kids, a wolf came and I killed it to save you. That was the day you first loved me. Tears rolled down Xiao Kao's cheeks. She whispered, Yes, I remember. That was the day I fell in love with you. Hearing this, flames of rage burst inside Lu Hanxiao. He grabbed Guze furiously and roared, How dare you touch my woman? Kneel down. Guze trembled and pleaded, Lord Xiao, please, if you must kill someone, kill me, but let her go. And then came the shocking twist. Xiao Kao herself cried out loudly, I like Guze. I don't like you, Lu Hanxiao. Please, stop disturbing me. Hearing those words, Lu Hanxiao's heart shattered, his eyes filled with pain. Slowly he said, Liang Xiao Kao, you don't understand at all. You think love is only sweet, but I can't live without you. If I come looking for you again, then I'm nothing but a dog. And with fury, he walked away. The hospital atmosphere turned tense. The doctor announced, The patient's grandma's condition is stable for now, but urgent surgery is required. The cost will be 500,000 yuan. Xiao Kao gasped in shock. 500,000? Guze immediately said, I'll arrange it. Don't worry. But inside, he was secretly plotting to delay the money so that Grandma would die. Yet the truth was something else. Xiao Kao discovered a shocking fact. That wolf from their childhood, the one who had been killed to save her, it wasn't Guze who did it. It was Lu Hanxiao. He was the one who had risked his life for her. Xiao Kao wept. So, all my life I mistook the wrong man as my hero, the real big brother who saved me. It was you, Lu Hanxiao. Just then, another troublemaker entered the hospital, Li Batian. Acting like a spoiled rich brat, he sneered, I want this room. Your grandma is useless. You poor people can't afford her operation anyway. Vacate this ward immediately or I'll force you out. Xiao Kao shouted angrily. This is my grandma's ward. How dare you? Li Batian smirked. I'm rich. Your life and your grandma's life are both worth nothing compared to my money. If I pay off the bill, you'll thank me and give me this room, won't you? He stepped toward her with bad intentions, but suddenly the door slammed open. Lu Hanxiao entered. His eyes blazed with fury. In a cold, low voice, he said, Did you just try to lay your hands on my woman? Li Batian froze, staring in terror. You? Who are you? Lu Hanxiao answered with icy calm. I am Lu Hanxiao, the living hell lord. The entire room fell silent. Li Batian trembled and dropped to his knees. Master, forgive me. I didn't recognize you. I was blind. Please, give me one chance. Lu Hanxiao's voice was cold as steel. The only reason I'm not killing you right now is because my grandma's surgery is urgent. Arrange the money and get out. At night. You are protecting me, but why is your love so possessive? I cannot understand. Later, she goes to call and tells Aunt Wang, Auntie, I need urgent money for my ancestral house in the village. Auntie, being concerned, says, If you sell your house, then where will you and your grandmother live? She starts crying and says, First, I have to treat my grandmother. After that, I will find my elder brother. Then she thinks, I will never leave her alone again. Suddenly, she gets the news that someone has taken her grandmother away. Shocked, she cries, Where is my grandmother? Where have you people taken her? You are not good people. I don't know anything. I just want my grandmother. The man says, That's why I don't get too excited. If you want to know about your grandmother, then contact the boss. And then comes the entry of Lu Henshao. She falls at his feet and begs, Where is my grandmother? Please let me meet her. Li Hanshao, with his devilish mind, says, Forget everything. Tomorrow tell me how you will beg for my help. She cries, Please give me back my grandmother. After her, I have no one. She is my only family. She needs surgery. Henshao laughs and says, Beg me, but I have one condition. She asks, What condition? Henshao says, You have to marry me. My surname is Lu, and you will become Mrs. Lu. She cries, No, I will never marry you. I like someone else, and I will marry him. Henshao coldly says, Your grandmother is in my custody. If you don't say yes, you will never see her again. At last, for the sake of her grandmother, Xia agrees. She is helpless. Henshao orders his men, quickly take out the car. We are going to the Civil Affairs Bureau. And forcefully, Henshao marries the girl. Everyone says, Congratulations, boss. Congratulations, sister-in-law. After marriage, she cries, Where is my grandmother? Let me meet her. Henshao smiles and says, Relax. Your grandmother is perfectly fine. I will keep her alive for 100 years. Then he says again, Now come to my house. She gets scared seeing the mansion. He takes her inside the huge haveli where all the servants are standing. He proudly says, Listen carefully. This is my wife. If she feels hungry, cook food. If she feels thirsty, bring water. I want my wife to have the best things in the world. The servants bow and say, Madam, please come. We will take you to your room and prepare your bath. Now you just have to rest with your husband. And like this, Shia's life gets trapped in a forced marriage. That night is their wedding night. Henshao, with a devilish smile in his eyes, says, Of course a husband should stay with his wife. Are you afraid of me, Xia? Xia lowers her eyes and says, No, I am not afraid. She says, You promised me. You said if I behave well, you will free me and my grandmother. Now I'm obeying you. Henshao gets angry and says, Do you think I will let you go? You are mine, only mine. One day you will surely love me. Xia, with a painful voice, says, But I love someone else, the one who saved me when I was little, the one who killed the wolf for me. I only want him. Lu Henshao calmly replies, Just stay with me. One day will come when you will love me. Then he leaves the room, saying, Good night, wife. You can sleep here in this room. I will stay in the next one. Han Xiao's younger brother comes to tease him. Brother, you got married, but it seems your new bride has already kicked you out of the bedroom. Ha! How pitiful you are. Your parents never loved you, and now even your wife doesn't love you. Han Xiao's face darkens. In anger, he hits his brother. But deep inside, the younger brother is already plotting. My brother likes that girl. If I can pull her to my side, then my brother will lose everything. The next morning, the younger brother approaches Xiao Kao. Sister-in-law, you don't like my brother. He forced you by holding your grandma hostage. I can help you. He pulls out a boat ticket and says, Here, take this. Run away. I'll make sure your grandma reunites with you. Just side with me. Xiao Kao hesitates for a moment, then says in a pained voice, No, I won't go with you. Your brother is cruel, but you're even worse than him. I want my freedom, but I will never take your help. When Han Xiao learns about this, he only pulls her closer. You cannot leave me. I'll give you the best things in this world. You are my Mrs. Lu, and you'll always be mine. He takes her to a shopping mall. Xiao Kao refuses. I don't want any of this. But Han Xiao presses a bank card into her hand. This is your pocket money. You're my wife. You have the right to wear the most expensive clothes in the world. But inside the mall, people mock her. Look, this is just a village girl. What's she doing in such an expensive mall? She must be full of bacteria. Quickly, spray disinfectant. A girl deliberately bumps into her, then sneers. See? You ruined my dress. This dress cost $1 million. You'll have to pay for it. Everyone accuses her. Xiao Kao breaks down in tears. It wasn't me who pushed. You're all lying. Suddenly, the entire atmosphere of the mall changes. From the entrance, a powerful voice echoes, Enough. And there he is, Master Xiao, Han Xiao. Everyone is shocked. With fire in his eyes, Han Xiao declares, She is my wife, and whoever dares to touch her will face my punishment. Han Xiao had stepped outside to take a call, and on that call, he learned the shocking news. Xiao Kao's grandmother's health had suddenly deteriorated. She needed emergency surgery. Han Xiao immediately summoned the best heart surgeons in the city. This surgery must succeed. Failure is not an option. Hours later, the operation is successful. Xiao Chao rushes into the hospital ward, crying, Grandma, are you okay? Grandma smiles and says, Much better. And all because of your husband. Han Xiao holds her hand and replies, Grandma, now Xiao Kao and I are officially husband and wife. Taking care of you is my duty. When you recover, I'll hold a grand wedding for Xiao Kao. He brings gifts for Grandma and jokes with a soft laugh. I don't have anything special, only money. And I want my family to always wear the very best in the world. Everyone bursts into laughter. Then Grandma asks lovingly, Han Xiao, tell me, why do you like Xiao Kao? A shadow of pain flickers in Han Xiao's eyes. Since childhood, my parents never loved me. Everyone called me a monster. I was always alone. That day at the train station, when I thought I was going to die, a light appeared. That light's name was Xiao Kao. She saved me. Her kind smile gave me a new life, and now I can't bear to lose her. Hearing his words, Xiao Kao is shaken deep inside. But for her, things aren't so simple. Meanwhile, Han Xiao's younger brother Changfeng comes to her again. Sister-in-law, you need my help. Take this ticket and run away. I'll reunite you with your grandma too. You'll finally be free. Xiao Kao takes the ticket, then rips it apart. No, I won't be part of your schemes. If I ever decide to leave, I'll say it openly to my husband's face. Don't bother me again. When Han Xiao finds out his brother has taken Xiao Kao away, his world shatters. He receives a phone call. Han Xiao, your wife is with me. She herself said she doesn't love you. She loves someone else. Tonight, I'll take her far away. Han Xiao's voice roars with fury. Yang Xiao Kao, you are my wife. Even if you run, I will bring you back. Han Xiao rushes alone to chase after his brother. Changfeng is waiting for him with a group of men. Brother, he smirks. You're fast, but tonight, you won't be going back. Han Xiao growls in rage. If anyone dares touch my wife, I'll kill you all with my own hands. Gunfire erupts. Blood, smoke, screams fill the air. And in the middle of it, Xiao Kao cries out desperately, Stop! Please don't hurt him. Changfeng places a cruel condition before her. Sister-in-law, you have two choices. Either you both die together, or you abandon Han Xiao and save your own life. With tears in her eyes, Xiao Kao looks at Han Xiao. I can't let you die. No matter how much pain you've given me, I've fallen in love with you. I don't want to lose you. And once again, she runs back into his arms. Han Xiao holds her tightly and says, by choosing me, you've saved my life. From now on, you will never leave me. Changfeng screams, brother, you never saw me. It was me who released the wolf on you. It was me who always wished for your death. But now everything had changed. Han Xiao and Xiao Kao stood together, their story moving toward a new chapter. Han Xiao was wounded, but in his heart was an even deeper pain. Then someone asked him a secret only his soul carried. On your back, there's a plum blossom birthmark, isn't there? And as a child, you once killed a wolf? Han Xiao's breath caught. How do you know that? And in that instant, he remembered. This was no stranger. It was his lost childhood connection. Su Han Xiao, it was you all along. Flashback, a painful day from childhood. The parents always favored Changfeng, while Han Xiao only received scolding. As the elder brother, you must take care of your younger one, not make him cry. And the punishment? No food. Locked in a room. Han Xiao would quietly wipe his tears away. Only one thing brought sweetness to his bitter world, a lollipop. That day he understood, lollipops are sweet, but nothing is sweeter than someone who truly loves you. And now, in the hospital room, Han Xiao lay in a coma. Xiao Kao sat by his side day and night, caring for him. Holding his hand, she whispered softly, Han Xiao, wake up. The truth is, the person I've always loved was you. Her tears kept falling onto his hand as she waited day and night, only for his breath to return. 3 days later, Han Xiao stirred and opened his eyes. His friends rejoiced, but his parents arrived carrying the same old hatred. Han Xiao, you put your brother Changfeng in jail? He's your brother. Han Xiao roared back. Brother? He stabbed me in the back, left me in a coma, and you're still defending him? I've endured your hatred all my life. To you, I was always just a monster. But from today, I don't care anymore. Xiao Chao is my wife. Her name is Mrs. Lu, and I will give her a grand wedding in front of the whole world. His parents shouted, all this is because of that village girl. But Han Xiao drove them out. Don't you dare insult her. She's my wife. Grand wedding preparations began. All of Haicheng was abuzz. Everyone said, this wedding is proof of how much Mr. Lu loves his wife. Xiao Kao arrived as the bride, radiant, innocent, beautiful. But Han Xiao's biased mother stood sneering at her. No matter how pretty she looks, in the end she's still just a country girl. And yet, by marrying her, Mr. Lu has turned her into a phoenix. Ha ha! People stayed silent. But in Han Xiao's eyes there was only one thought. She is mine. Only mine. And today the whole world will see. The wedding day came. The hall was grandly decorated. Xiao Kao, simple yet stunning, sat as all eyes rested on her. But then the mother-in-law taunted, bride, have you served tea to your mother-in-law? The rule is, the daughter-in-law serves tea first. Han Xiao immediately stood, anger blazing in his eyes. No one will try to belittle my wife. From today, her dignity is my dignity, and anyone who dares insult her, I will overturn their table. The hall fell silent. Then came a surprise. The villagers, Uncle Wang, Aunt Li, Aunt Wang, all arrived. Xiao Kao is our daughter. We raised her with our own hands. Today we've come to send her off. The love of Jiang village filled the wedding hall. But the city folk laughed. Look, the village bumpkins have come. And then chaos erupted. The famous Peking opera master Yi Pinmei collapsed. People screamed, this is because of the bride. This rural girl is an embarrassment before high society. Cancel the wedding. Xiao Kao stepped onto the stage and declared, Master Yi Pinmei's health had faltered. I sent him to the hospital, and now I will sing with the voice of Jiang village's daughter. Then she sang a golden opera song, so pure, so melodious, the audience was left in awe. Gei Zhongqian clapped loudly. This voice is even more beautiful than Master Yipin Mei's, and whoever dares call her a village girl again will have to answer to me first. The hall fell silent. No one dared tarnish her dignity again. Then Han Xiao's parents were exposed. They were the ones who had laced the master's cup with drugs trying to ruin the wedding. Han Xiao thundered, "You may be my parents, but you never loved me, and today you even tried to hurt my wife. Remember this, my wife is my bottom line. Shu Song, take them away." Finally, the auspicious hour arrived. The elder asked, "Lu Han Xiao, will you marry Liang Xiaokao in health or sickness, in wealth or poverty?" "I do." "Liang Xiao, will you marry Lu Han Xiao?" "I do." The guests began chanting, "Kiss one, kiss one." And then came a sweet surprise. Xiao Kao's grandmother arrived, holding candies and lollipops. "Haha, grandson-in-law, if you ever want sweets, just ask me. I will keep filling my granddaughter's life with sweetness." The entire hall filled with joy, laughter, and love. In that moment, Han Xiao and Xiao Kao clasped each other's hands and said, "If no one else in this world loves you, then let me love you." And together they made a promise. No change for 100 years. The crowd erupted in cheers, firecrackers, music, blessings, and the story sealed its romantic, triumphant wedding chapter. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel.